Welcome to the second part of Eggman's Breakdown show. This is AKI, and let's kick off with our third match to run down with, which is it's the Intercontinental title match between Sonic and Chaos. And get this, news just in: Shadow has indeed cashed in for his opportunity after whipping your ass, Eggman. And in that Mandy Open Challenge, so he gets his shot at the Intercontinental Championship and probably Sonic's head. But your views, Eggman, take it from here. Well, this is now a really interesting concept because now you've got Shadow in the fray. So the thing you've got to worry about now, in Sonic's case, is: am I going to walk out of Armageddon alive? And am I going to get a chance to get my world title match now at Armageddon also? Because Sonic is, of course, in that Armageddon 4-way you put him in. So he's got to worry too much. He's going to have way too much on his plate to worry about. He's got to stay really focused tonight. Tonight is Sonic's proving ground to show that he is the best on or in Raw. Because he's got to come over now, Shadow, who's come back from the dead suddenly, because Sonic, if you don't know your history, then Sonic did kill him in the hospital bed. You can look back on that if you want, one of the episodes. I don't know which one it was, but who cares. But at the end of the day, Sonic killed Shadow, and now Shadow suddenly miraculously returned, like he always does, be that annoying type of person that he is. But I'm not going to be very biased here, because even though as much as I like Sonic, I don't like his odds here at Armageddon. I personally think he's gonna suffer a lot. He may work out with a victory. He may. There is a possibility that he's gonna work out with the title under wraps, with the Intercontinental title, of course, and then walk into Armageddon in the Hell in a Cell Armageddon and win the world title and be undisputed champion like he was again, like a Survivor Series. But we'll discuss the Hell in a Cell a bit later, in part 3, I'm guessing, seeing as you're probably going to do No Holds Barred next. I am, actually, Mr. Psychic. Well, anyway, Sonic's going to be in big trouble, but I actually believe that he's going to push the boundaries here and actually come out with the Intercontinental title under wraps. And then he's going to move on and focus on Hell in a Cell. The best thing about Hell in a Cell, Sonic knows he's actually more safe probably in there than he is outside with Shadow, because Shadow can't get in the Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell is a nice lockdown environment which Sonic can adapt to and not have to worry about Shadow interfering or anything like that. He's going to be inside and not to worry about anything. So, yeah. So Sonic's just going to get past one hurdle, which is the return of Shadow. I know it's a return match for Shadow, and the old cliche where when they come back they have to win a match. But Shadow's already done that. He's, as you said, you kicked my ass and Mandy's ass, and so that's his return match, so we don't have to worry about that now. Shadow can now lose again. It's safe to say that Shadow is not going to win. He's going to unleash a whole can of whoop-ass on Sonic, probably, and Chaos, to that matter. Let's not forget that factor, of course. I was going to just bring that up, because I believe Chaos could be a major factor here. He definitely is going to be a major factor. I mean, we're too focused on Sonic and Shadow here that we're going to be, off of our brains when it comes to Chaos. Because Chaos here is just going to, he could slip in the back door there and pull off a victory. He is unpinnable, as a lot of people would say. And it is actual fact, because, he wasn't technically beaten for that Intercontinental title. It just changed over hands. He was eliminated, but that was only because suddenly the handicap match turned into a triple threat match in Survivor Series. But maybe in this triple threat outing, we might see Chaos redeem himself and be Intercontinental Champion again. But that's just my view. But we shouldn't be too focused on Chaos, even though we should be. He's going to be a major factor in the match, that's guaranteed. But if he's going to pull off a victory, that's very thin. I think Sonic is going to overcome the odds here and prove us all that he's the best and walk out with Intercontinental title and then focus on world title and walk out undisputed champion. But like I said, I'll discuss that in Hell in a Cell later on. So, no holds barred next, I'm guessing. That is correct. Let's move on. Of course, it is Metal Sonic, a very vengeful Metal Sonic, taking on Luigi, who's been labelled as a jobber. But will he be labelled as a jobber after this encounter? Here's a good question for you, Eggman, to kick us off. Is this a plan, perhaps, for Luigi to get under the mind of Metal Sonic? Is Luigi playing the mind games here, or is Metal Sonic playing the mind games here? Well, straight off there, I think they're both playing mind games, because Metal actually demanded this no-holds-barred match. He wants Luigi that bad. He demanded no-holds-barred. He wants to get him good. But this is another, from the other point of view, this is also a mind game for Luigi, because now he's got Metal in the palm of his hand, because he's probably planned this all along, because it was inevitable that when Metal Sonic demands vengeance, that, you know, he just goes all out. I mean, look at what he did to his brother. I mean, that was a Hell in a Cell match, and that was off the chain, and they've still got that little rivalry going on. So this is Luigi's plan, or this is Metal's victory, because and to be honest, I can't actually think of a winner here. We've got too many factors to take into account. We've got you know, Luigi did plan this and whatnot, and I'm just going to repeat myself now because I don't know what else to say. So we're going to leave it at the bat there. Could it be Metal's revenge? Well, he's going to perhaps vanquish Luigi even from the ASF? Or is Luigi's time to shine here at Armageddon? Now, when you put it that way, I think Luigi's going to put off a victory, because you never know. He's fed up of this jobber status that we've labelled him as, and continually losing matches, being everyone's beating boy. So he wants to move out of that position, and if he doesn't on the night of Armageddon, this no-holds-barred match against Metal, well, that's saying something, and that's definitely going to stick him somewhere higher than a jobber status, be it even a mid-card division. You know, you could put him there, but at the end of the day, he's got to win this match. He's got to show us, just like Sonic and a lot of other people at Armageddon, that he's championship worthy. He's going to be in there, and he can do the job right, and he can be a main eventer, or whatever. Maybe an Intercontinental title shot in the future. Who knows what is in store, but Luigi has to get past this barrier first. He can't just say, I'm better than you, because he lost at this match. He has to win this hurdle. He has to get past it, and he has to, well, pretty much take Metal to the cleaners, if you know what I mean. And that's not going to be an easy task, of course, because we're talking about Metal here. And he's a former world champion, the first ever world champion, and came very close to being undisputed champion at Survivor Series. So close, and of course came very close to beating Knuckles for the world title on Raw some months ago. But Luigi cost him that match, so it is a pretty even ball game, really. It's the rise of Luigi, or it is Metal's perfect trap for destruction. But and I think that's going to just about do it for part 2, don't you think? Unless you want to raise any other points. I want to raise one last point, and that is the Wars of Luigi. Now, Luigi is a submission expert, right? And what is Metal made out of? He's made out of metal. Exactly. The clue's in the name, you know. And, well, he could, for all I know, dislocate a circuit, break something off, then Metal's going to be walking the park. So we got that factor to come into. But that's just a little thing I wanted to mention. Could happen. You never know. That's the unpredictableness of this match, I guess. So I can't wait to call that one. And I guess neither can you. I'm going to be mixed emotions about that one. But we'll have to wait and see what's in store. But I guess you want to move on to part 3 now. I do certainly. This is the end of part 2. So we'll see you on part 3, guys. To see Eggman's opinion of the Hell in a Cell match. Oh dear.